showtime.
It's showtime. And here we go.
Welcome into another episode of the Movie Geek Podcast. I'm your host, George T., and this one is going to be a relatively quick news one. Didn't get to see a lot of films this weekend. Just hanging with the fam and doing some stuff and working on a few other projects. So didn't get to see a lot of movies or be able to get at least one to review for today's episode. But with a couple of movies coming out and somebody gave me a Fandango gift card, I'm going to use that to kind of see some movies this weekend. So I'll have reviews for next week. But I do have some news to pass along. Obviously, weekend box office, we all know. What is to come as well. It's going to be a small weekend for the box office, right before another big weekend. At the next 2 weekends will be big ones because we're going to be wrapping into Memorial Day weekend, and then June and July are going to roll in. So this is now peak summer blockbuster season, and we'll see how the summer blockbusters do this year. It's too bad that Sinners, and some of the other movies that came out that have made pretty good movies, right? Minecraft, weren't technically part of the summer blockbuster series, but it was a good preview inward to it, and hopefully that means there will be some really good numbers for the summer box office. So with that being said, I'm also working on trying to get more people to come on the show. Quick update on Jennifer and Charles. Charles has a project that he has just dropped. He wrote and directed it. So if you follow me on Instagram, go and check out his page. I follow him on there. Jennifer is working on season 8 of her Scream Queen, Malvalia. I know I screwed that up. Sorry, Jen. Her season 8, and she's going to be dropping a fundraising for that. So I will probably drop that in on one of the upcoming episodes. And if you want to support them, because obviously Charles and her are big into that project for season 8, then please do. We should be, supporting our indie actors and actresses and directors and writers, because they do a fabulous job. Jennifer and Charles are 2 amazing people who are really talented. So I know I'll be helping out again with the project, and I will be trying to help them out in any way that I can. So let's look at. Oh, you know what? Before that, I am working. So, like I said, I'm working on maybe trying to get some other actors and actresses on the show. Comic-Con season is coming up, and I will be doing a whole series on the Comic-Cons that I usually go to, and some of the celebrities that I've met over the years, and sharing some stories, and then maybe try to reach out and see if you guys will share it over your socials, and maybe it gets back to them. I will try to do it on my socials as well, because I follow them obviously on my Instagram. I don't have Twitter or Facebook, so I'm kind of limited on just my YouTube and Instagram. But so I'm going to be trying to do that as well. And um, you know, like I said, Comic Con season for us here um, in New England is going to be starting up soon, with obviously Fan Expo Boston and so on. So, all right, let's get to weekend box office. Number one again is Thunderbolts at 32.3 million. It was not the biggest drop of a Marvel movie from you know from number one to um, their second weekend. So that is a positive sign that, again, Marvel is on the right track. Of course, number two was Sinners at 22.1 million. Again, Sinners is definitely my Oscar pick. Minecraft movie stays at number three at 7.6, so it continues to make money. It continues. It's good. The Accountant stays at number four at 6.7 million. And then we've got a bunch of new movies that came in. So number five, and I thought that Fight or Flight might actually make the top five. It did not. It was Clown in a Cornfield, 3.6 million. That is the one about Friendo the Clown. That campy kind of horror thriller. Number six was Shadow Force. Number seven was Fight or Flight. Fight or Flight made 2 million. Shadow Force made 2.1 million. Until Dawn dropped all the way out of fifth to eighth. And then Friendship opened with $451,000, but again, like I said to you, very limited release. I will definitely be seeing it because it has gotten really good reviews, and it just looks very good. And then right behind that was Juliet and Romeo. So again, some of the smaller releases, I know they're not on as many screens, but still there are some definitely worthy ones out there. And then there's some that will definitely slip through the cracks for me, but then probably will get Oscar nods or something, or Golden Globes or whatever, and I'll wind up watching them anyway. But so the weekend box office for this weekend, very small weekend. We've got a Hindu movie called Sisters Midnight. Not much is known about this. Again, small release. We have The Ruse coming out. This is about an in-home caretaker who fears for her life when she is assigned an elderly patient who seemingly has disappeared from her seaside home. So that looks intriguing. We have The Old Woman with a Knife. This is a Korean film about an old woman who was an assassin when she was younger. Her grandkids find out that she is an assassin, was an assassin, and it looks, wholesome and stuff. And then you've got your fighting sequences. Then we have Magic Farm. A media team lands in the wrong country while pursuing a musician's story. And then they have to team up with the locals in the town to create viral content to help along the way. But they bond as a very well unit. So this stars Cleo Silviana. She was also in a movie last weekend as well, so she's popped up. Like I said, there's been been a lot of these movies that have come out this year, and you've had multiple people in multiple films. Like again, Pedro Pascal did two not really big movies the last few weekends back. You had Walton Goggins, who's been in practically everything. It seems like he's in commercials now, but he's been in at least 3 movies and a show this year. So again, you're going to see that a lot, I guess, the rest of the year. And then a Norwegian film called Love, Dream, and Sex. It's a coming-of-age story of a teenager and her sexual journey, basically. And then a documentary called Deaf President Now. So this is a true story, obviously. 1988, deaf students of Galentia University are protesting until a deaf president is elected. Finally, there was one. His name was Dr. I. King Jordan, marking a pivotal change and movement for the deaf rights in this country. So this looks very good. Another documentary movie. This is on Apple Plus, and we'll see some very limited theater time. Now, the 2 big movies for the weekend. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this one. Final Destination Bloodline. This is the last movie of Tony Todd's career before he died. So, look, I was never a fan of this series of movies. I know there's been a lot of people who love these movies or defined by these movies because I've heard this stuff before. I don't know. I just never got into the series, and then just watching the trailer, I'm like, I'm not seeing this. So sorry. I mean, if you want me to see it and review it, fine. Comment, whatever. But this isn't for me. And again, I don't know. It just never resonated with me, and I just really just didn't care for these movies. And I know this is hopefully the final one. I mean, we've said that with many franchises. Like Saw 7 was supposed to end the Saw series. It was nicely wrapped up in a bow, and then all of a sudden 8, 9, Spiral comes out, 10. There's 11 possibly. This movie 11 was supposed to be out at the end of last year, then it got pushed to this year, and now it's going to be pushed to next year, so maybe it will never happen, just like Blade may never happen for the Marvel Universe. Just saying. Finally, the other big one, Hurry Up Tomorrow. This stars Jenna Ortega and The Weeknd. Plagued by insomnia, a musician gets pulled into a nightmarish odyssey by a stranger, Jenna Ortega, who begins to unravel his world. I can see that. Jenna Ortega is a very, very good actress. Wednesday season 2 is going to be coming out soon. So yeah, I can see her unraveling somebody's world. I think she's just very, very talented. Love to have her come on the show. Never met her before, but if she ever came to a Comic-Con, I would definitely do that. So there's your weekend box office. I don't know how it's going to play out. Last week I thought maybe Fight or Flight was going to be in the top 5. It was close. because I just thought Josh Hartnett was going to be enough to get it to number 5 after his performance in Trap. Um, but right now, Thunderbolts, Sinners, and Minecraft have a stranglehold on the top 3, and I don't know if either one of these movies can make a serious dent to that. Now, next weekend there will be, because I think after this weekend, Thunderbolt, Sinners, and Minecraft will have probably hit a peak and a plateau, and probably have to head downward, and that will be probably Mission Impossible: Final Reckoning. However, Lilo and Stitch is also coming out the following weekend as well, so a live action. So who knows what that weekend's going to look like. Um, so yeah. All right, a couple of things here. We have a Spider-Man spin-off. We have a live-action Spider Noir film coming out with Nicolas Cage. So this is a character that came in through Across the Universe, the animated movie. The last one of the trilogy is coming out in 2027 at this point. It was supposed to come out in 2026, but they pushed it back to 2027 to make sure it was going to be good. The first two were good. So looking forward to seeing the final conclusion of that. Now, he was a character in there, obviously voiced by Nicolas Cage, and somebody thought it would be a good idea to make him a movie, and it's going to be live action. So this should be very interesting to see. Not a lot of details on it overall, but it was dropped, and of course I'm a Marvel fan. Speaking of Marvel, Kristen Ritter has signed on to return as Jessica Jones, and she will be in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again. So you've got Jessica Jones, you've got the Punisher. I would assume we'd see Luke Cage as well, and any of the other you know, TV show people, I guess. So we'll see how this goes. So Marvel's got a lot of things cooking right now, and again, the surprise of Star Wars was the emergence of Acolyte Season 2. So it's not quite in production yet, but they are actually going to do this again. And I'm grateful just for them to get it over with. I know it wasn't to most of the fandom's liking, but there were a segment like me who was like, we kind of want to see where this is going. So, can't wait to see that as well. Okay, so like I said, not a lot in this episode, but I've got another one coming right in behind it, and then some more after that. And so, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share a few things. It is what it is. Go back and watch some shorts. Go back and listen to other episodes. Obviously, Marvel, Star Wars are my two biggest things. I'll probably update my Star Wars one. I'll probably update Marvel one more time after Fantastic Four comes out. I did hear that they are doing reshoots for Fantastic Four, which comes out next month, I think. So that might not be a good sign. Just saying. And again, as much as I love Marvel, we've seen Fantastic Four. So I am hoping that this has, positive steps. Again, we've got Captain America, which did well. We have Thunderbolts that's doing well. So I'm hoping that Fantastic Four continues that, and then we'll see what 2026 comes through. Obviously, we still got TV shows to go with. So from Marvel. All right. Well, thank everyone for tuning in and then listening, and I will see you all at the movies.
You like that, baby? Let him know where I came from, yeah!
See you next time. Bye.
Waiting for you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Hasta la vista, baby.
That's all, folks.